You remember that guy that was talking about his Lamborghini in his garage?
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini.
And how he's more proud of the books that he has on his bookshelf?
Knowledge. I'm a lot more proud of these 7 new bookshelves that I had to get installed to hold 2,000 new books that I bought.
Remember the guy that had the flashy mansion parties with a ton of beautiful models?
Switzerland, UK.
Not even in the mansion itself, but on private jets. Remember the guy that was connected with a bunch of people in business, promising them mentorship, promising them real business strategies, and talking about all the mentors that he had in his game and all the gurus that he learned from? Well, that man is Tai Lopez. Tai Lopez is very well known if you already don't know him, and he is now facing a $112 million lawsuit from the SEC. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not surprised by this. I have not necessarily been waiting for this in like a positive way, but I knew this was gonna happen because Tai Lopez, everything that I hear about him, it's not the best. And I've never met the guy, he's never been mean to me, he's never done anything bad to me. I don't necessarily know him personally, but I hear a lot of stuff. I'm in Miami, I'm a content creator myself, and I'm connected with a lot of content creators, and I don't hear the best things about him and his businesses. And this is something that I've just kind of predicted. I've been saying it for a while. I'm like, this guy is doing some bullshit. Because I remember when he was launching his come party at the mansion, come to the mansion party, and he ran a ton of these ads about how you can party in the mansion and then meet a bunch of people. And I was like, this just doesn't make sense. How is this stuff still hitting today? How are people still buying entry to his tickets? How does he even have the mansion? There's a rule called the Augusta Rule, Section 288 of the IRS, where you can rent your house to your business and you can, obviously use it as business expenses, but there still needs to be money there, okay? So all this tax loophole stuff that people are talking about, like, this is how he did it, there still needs to be money there. And now we're starting to understand what's happening. Like, it's finally starting to get broken down and the internet is getting a better picture and people like me are getting a better picture. So let me break this down as to what happened, okay? I got all the details here in front of me. Here in my apartment down here in Miami. I'm very, very proud of this amazing view. Well, what I'm more proud about is this laptop monitor I just bought yesterday for $1,600, but that's besides the point. Okay, so around 2020, Tai Lopez and his business partner, Alex Marr, don't know if I'm saying that properly, launched a company called Rev, okay, Retail E-Commerce Ventures. And their whole model was to acquire these old dying brands, these brick and mortar brands, Radio Shack, Pier 1 Imports, Modell Sporting Goods, Dress Barns, there's a bunch of them, okay? And acquire them basically at a discount in a sense, and then turn them around into large e-commerce brands. He was saying the email lists alone are so big that it would be worth every dollar that I pay into it just to get the company. He was talking about all these wonderful things. And I think in theory, it's not a bad idea because I do think that these brands were large. They were very big household names. I remember Radio Shack growing up, like it's huge, okay? So when that company was going out of business, when like Circuit City was going out of business, I'm like, what? I love that place. It has all the PS2 games and everything like that. His mindset on it, I don't think it was necessarily bad, but obviously it's a big lift. He was converting these into online e-commerce operations, kill out the physical stores, and then pivot 100% to digital. He had this business model and he raised a lot of money for it. So now the SEC filed a complaint in the US District Court for the Southern District of Florida for $112 million, okay? Now here's the issue. There's one big issue that Tai is having with this, okay? So he raised a bunch of money and at least $5.9 million of the money was returned to investors as dividends. Well, this is not real dividends, it's money from new investors. So that's what a Ponzi scheme is and that's what he's being accused of. He's being accused of running a Ponzi scheme where he's paying back old investors dividends and he was promising returns of like 25% annually to some people with new money investors. So Tai is basically paying these people off. And the problem is Tai made representations that this company is doing very well and it's all good. And he said the cash flow is strong and that things are on fire. That's what I have here. So Tai said that everything is good. He said the funds for specific brands or businesses would only be used for that brand and business. But the complaint alleges that he moved around money between brands to cover obligations. And also Tai did take $16.1 million of investor funds as money for personal use, which is for the jets, the Hollywood mansion, the lifestyle, the girls, this, that. That's where I'm guessing it's coming from, okay? So that's a lot of money, okay? That's not a small amount of money. And I'm gonna tell you something too at the end of this video that I think is gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think is gonna happen because I've seen other people deal with these kinds of situations and I know how they kind of come out. So this is a Ponzi style payments, which is the issue here. So that's the big thing that Tai is fighting. And obviously the misuse and diversion of funds, the 16.1 million for personal use, the 5.9 million, the money shifted between the companies, and just the false representations that he made towards like saying that this was all great, this is gonna be wonderful. Tai apparently knew, and his investors and partners knew that these companies were not doing well, they were actually failing, nothing was being profitable, and he was talking about how things were actually amazing, and he was promising up to 25% annual returns with equity and monthly distributions up to 2%. This is fucking nuts, okay? So the pitch is absolutely fire, okay? The pitch is fire. And it makes sense. And Tai has a huge network, and he's been seen with all these celebrities, and he's got a lot of money, and he's got an orange Lamborghini in his garage. He's got a lot of books, and he's got the 67 steps on how to become successful and the mentors and gurus. Tai made it all seem absolutely amazing. I was actually kind of worried about Tai very recently when he was like, you know, I normally don't do this, but I'm willing to take 15-minute calls just to talk, just to pick my brain. I'm like, who the fuck does this, bro? Like, I work with people in my coaching program, and 15 minutes is not enough to solve a major problem. I'm sorry, like, if you're gonna work with someone, work with them for at least 30 minutes to an hour. I think you can get something solved, but it's gotta be a low ticket offer. It's gotta be something like very simple. But like 15 minutes for a shitload of money, which is what Tai was offering, I'm like, this is just not making sense. And every one of his ads that he ran, the comments were ripping him apart. So I'm like, people don't even believe this stuff anymore. How is Tai doing this? And it's because he's been siphoning off money from his platform and from these investors. It's not good. So high guaranteed returns, lack of transparency and openness, cross-funding, money shuffling, lifestyle marketing and hype for the companies that is not necessarily even real, getting new investors with it, the flashy cars, the mansions, the parties, all these tools. Look at how much money this guy put in, look at how much money this guy's making, when in reality, they're not making anything technically. And it's just too good to be true. And I want you to learn from this. This whole thing should be a very big come to Jesus moment for a lot of people. And I'm in Miami right now. There's a lot of people that run this guru mentorship. I live a very good life that's almost too good to be true because it is too good to be true. I know the following that these guys have. I have a large following myself. I'm telling you, sometimes it just does not fucking make sense. Some of these guys making $500,000 to $1 million a month with their platform, I'm like, there's gotta be something going on here. And in the land of Miami, there's a lot of drugs, there's a lot of laundering, there's a lot of scams, there's a lot of this, that, and the third. And I see a lot of bullshit that people should not be doing. And I just look the other way and I'm like, hey, I'm not involved in this. I'm staying the fuck away from this, because I know at some point it's gonna catch up to them. There's a lot of people that are doing a lot of bullshit on the internet. And I think now more than ever, it's even more of a risk to give your money to somebody or to invest in somebody or to trust somebody, because there's so much fake marketing. So many marketers, so many gurus, so many online coaches I met are completely liars. They're fake. They don't live the lifestyle that they talk about. I'm not talking about they don't have the cars. They got the fucking cars. They got the fucking mansions, but they're liars. They're not genuine. They're not disciplined. They wake up all day. They party. They go out. I'm fucking here, bro. I see you. Sumi sees you. I'm a tell, you know? I ain't a snitch, but I am kind of someone that's got to report back to the people. My point is with all this, stop believing what you see on the internet. If someone is doing well, if someone is doing good, yes, I believe that they can be an online coach. I have a platform myself. It is profitable for me. It's not making millions and millions of dollars, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I love the people I work with. I love helping people. I have other businesses that have allowed me to do this. And the reason I'm able to charge affordable rates in a very realistic way is because I have other businesses that are paying me back. I sacrifice a lot of my time to do what I do. And I did it in a very controlled and calm way. I did not have a parabolic rise like these guys had. And I'm telling you, it's not fucking legit. And if it is legit, it's not gonna last. Because that type of shit, that quick money, it goes away real fast. Just as quick as it comes in, it leaves the other way. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you have got to be very, very careful to what you're programming your brain to. Stop thinking that this is normal. The mansions, the lifestyle, the girls, the this, that. I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen to Tai too, okay? You might say, oh, it's done for him. It's not done for him. He might get 4 to 5 years for doing this kind of stuff. Like seriously, he might get 4 to 5 years. But I promise you, he's got money in some kind of overseas bank account. The Panama Papers, like that kind of stuff. Like if you really look into it, watch a little bit of Ozarks, you know, you'll know what I'm talking about. There is money and ways that you can stash money overseas assets. It can be done. And he's probably gonna get out and he's gonna go overseas and he's probably gonna have, who knows, maybe 5, 10 million from all his schemes, whatever it may be. And that's a lot of money to live a comfortable life. You can invest $5 to $10 million at a very conservative rate of like 8 to 12% a year, and you can make $500,000. And $500,000 is not bad to live on when you got publicity, clout, marketing, expertise, all the above. So at the end of the day, I think that this is a bad thing for Tai. I think that the court will definitely go to war with this. This is a really, really big one. If he's found liable, he's got to face civil penalties. He might get barred from acting as a investor or director from future companies. There's a lot of stuff that could happen, but Tai is not a stupid guy. I think Tai knows what he's doing in a sense of like, he knows he's up to no good. He knows he's got some sketchy shit and he's got some shady business. And I'm not necessarily saying this in a bad way. This is just what I'm seeing right now. Who knows? Hopefully Tai comes out all clean and he proves me wrong. But this is something that he probably planned for. He already knows. So he's got money stashed overseas. I'm telling you he does. I would bet money that he does. And he's gonna be fine. 4 or 5 years, he's gonna get out and then live the rest of his life very comfortably. So, little update for you guys. Tai Lopez just got sued. Crazy stuff. Check it out. I'll have more updates as this story progresses.